Well, good morning, everyone. Everybody enjoying this nice, cool weather? Yeah, it's getting to be summertime in Texas, isn't it?
It's humid.
It is, a little humid. Okay, Washington County Commissioners Court is now in session Tuesday, May 20th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Commissioner Hanneth, would you introduce our pastor and lead us in the pledges, please?
So, Mr. Michael Furnell from St. Peter's will give us our invocation, and we'll say the pledges to the American flag and the Texas flag.
Let us pray. God of all truth, God of all mercy and justice, we thank you for the opportunity to gather as a body to make decisions. We ask your blessing on our land, our country, our state, our county, this court, that discernment will reign, that wisdom will show forth, that all decisions will be made on behalf of all the people. We ask your blessings on each person here who takes the time to bring about the different agenda items, that they may be for the constituency, for the whole people, and that your wisdom will help us to make right decisions. We ask these things in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. The pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Item number 3, discuss and possibly act upon the approval of a proclamation proclaiming May 19th through the 23rd, 2025 as Flood Awareness Week. Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas, does hereby proclaim May 19th through the 23rd, 2025 to be Flood Awareness Week Flood Awareness Week in Texas, and urge all Texans to observe the occasion with appropriate ceremonies and activities. In testimony whereof, I have hereunto affixed my signature this on the 27th day of February 2025, Governor Greg Abbott. This is very timely, I think, concerning the tragedy that we had in our county 2 weeks ago now. It's still a wound that's very raw, very much so. We attended the funeral of that child Saturday, and the healing process can begin now, we feel like, with her burial. So, anyway, Mr. Marzan?
Yes, Judge. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I appreciate your support of the Governor's proclamation of Flood Awareness Week in Texas, because it is a good time for everybody to stop for a second and just think about the dangers of flooding, and a reminder for all of us to be careful. And I appreciate your support.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I make a motion to approve the proclamation proclaiming May 19th through the 23rd of 2025 as Flood Awareness Week.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Marzan. Item number 4, presentation of the Economic Development Quarterly Report. Ms. Rosales, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Honorable Judge and County Commissioners, thanks for allowing me to be here and give the quarterly report for January through March. You have a copy of the report in your paperwork there. Just wanted to highlight a few things. You can certainly read this at your leisure, but home prices are still strong in terms of the median price. We're just under $300,000 for sales in the first quarter. As far as key focuses, we still have building permit activity going on, and the AKAs are still strong. I held a commercial brokers luncheon in the first quarter. We had about 35 participants. They want me to do it more often, and so I may have to. I did it one last year and this year, and they seem to get a lot of information. As you know, the real estate community, both residential and commercial, is important for us to be able to help market our county and the quality of life in the area. So that's why I do those. And then we had a job fair that we co-sponsored with the chamber, and that was pretty well attended as well. Just again, a few highlights from the bottom section. We are working currently at the city on a life safety grant for downtown businesses. There's been a challenge over the years for that second floor of some of those downtown businesses and getting them to a point where they can market it and use it, but they have to have sprinklers, and sometimes the sprinkler system can be cost prohibitive. So we're trying to draft a policy to maybe provide a grant of some kind to help that out. So it's still in the very, draft stage, so not ready to deliver it yet, but I'm optimistic that we'll have something hopefully by the end of the year. I'm attending another HODI Tech Advisory Committee meeting this week. I'm sure you know the work that they do. They're trying to help train our workforce here. I have a few ideas about innovation. You know, all these conferences I go to all across the country, they talk about AI and they talk about technology and bioscience, and really want to try to make something like that happen. And maybe we can do that in the HODI Tech space. So think of me on Thursday when I'm delivering that information to them and see what they say. Let me see here. Oh, I was part of the Brenham Independent School District first Leadership Academy that they had. It was kind of a behind-the-scenes opportunity to look at what happens at school and how they do it. I don't have any children in the school system myself, but we're now at a point where we're going to work on creating a strategic plan to help fix any issues that we have. For me, as an economic developer, it's extremely important to be able to sell a great school system. And so I think it's important to be right at the table for that. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then at the top, I wanted to leave that till last, Greater Brazos Partnership. If you recall, last year, you approved and signed an MOU to engage with then the Brazos Valley Economic Development Committee, which is now the Greater Brazos Partnership. I've been attending meetings since this year just because to see what it's all about. I really wanted to get on the end because, if you recall, the MOU required $0 in participation from Washington County. And so I was a little skeptical, but I wanted to be open-minded because it made sense that they want to sell the region as one. There's strengths in all the counties that are involved, and the counties are Brazos, Burleson, and Robertson, with the addition of Grimes and Washington County. So now they're selling that whole region together. I've been attending meetings, and things are now really happening. They've hired a consultant to work on a regional playbook that they're able to give to site selectors to sell the region together. And as you probably know, some of their targeted industries that they have, but they're also modifying. But currently it's aerospace, defense, advanced manufacturing, and biopharma. Anyway, that is something that, we have to start looking at a little bit closer, and how can we participate in that area. So this partnership, the whole partnership is a public-private partnership. City of Bryan, City of College Station, Brazos County, Texas A&M is a huge, huge part of it. And then also the private piece is Invest Greater Brazos. And they're starting to meet regularly in committees. The committees are quality of life, workforce development, transportation, real estate, and policy. And we have a seat at the table. So I'm going to start asking businesses, local businesses, to join me on some of these committees and really start making a big play for maybe some of these great future type projects for our area. Any questions?
There's a board for the Greater Brazos Valley Partnership,
There is.
correct? And
There
so
is.
my question is are those meetings open meetings that we can attend?
The judge attends a meeting.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're open meetings.
They're
Okay.
open meetings.
All right. Good to know.
Yep.
Yeah. And your newsletter is there, your most recent newsletter. I took the liberty of bringing some for everyone today. If you have any questions about anything there as well, please let me know.
I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more on the Greater Brazos
Mhm.
Partnership. And the first one that I went to and everything, they made it very clear. My question was, why are you folks in Brazos County wanting to include everyone? And you're going to cherry pick, or what's going to happen here? But what they're having is businesses, manufacturing, particularly small manufacturing, want to come to the area, but they don't fit that county well at all. And with A&M's funding and the private funding, we have this partnership that we can utilize to attract those businesses out into the bigger area. And that's what they're looking for. They're trying to find, they don't want to turn them away. They just don't fit Brazos County very well, but they do fit rural counties. So it's a great benefit to the rural counties that are involved in this partnership.
I've been incredibly impressed with the participation, and I feel bad that I was skeptical in any way in the beginning. But
Yeah,
I think
was
it's,
skeptical too. So.
I think it's going to work, and I'm hoping to be able to offer more.
Anytime they say free, you get real
wins.
skeptical.
Yeah,
Not
more
me.
wins as we go further.
No, there's usually a cost associated, it's not telling.
One last thing really, just quickly, is just in my travels, I'm going to be getting an update from Valmont. You've probably all seen the work from the freeway. You know, it looks like they've got their employee parking done. They've got a giant crane. So there's a lot going on. I know they're really busy, but I've reached out to get an update on how things are going there. So hopefully I'll have that for you soon. Had the opportunity to sit down with Larry from HEB yesterday, and that was kind of fun. Talked a lot about tortillas. But really, he wanted to talk to me about the warehouse that's being built in Hempstead. 1,000 to 1,500 employees, ultimately. $20 to $25 an hour on up. There'll be a lot of managers there because of the scope of the project. And he said those get, you know, six figures easy, you know, for that. So he wanted to talk to me about housing. Because he said they're not going to live in Hempstead. They're more likely going to move toward Washington County into Brenham. So I gave him an update on all of the
On all
projects
the-
that we've got going on,
Good.
the fact that many of the projects include multifamily. You know, I think we need to really start considering some nice apartments. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. He wanted to express that, and I'm going to, of course, take that to our development team to start figuring out a way to make sure that we can house them
He
here.
said that they'd rather have apartments instead of like some of the townhome developments that we're gonna see in the multi-residential.
He just thinks that some of them may only
May
be able to
prefer-
afford, yeah, an apartment. He
Oh.
says transitional housing, if you can have enough transitional housing for these people, and then they can move up.
Yeah.
But they need some transitional
Place-
housing.
place the rest to start with, yeah.
550 employees currently, 160 of those are curbside. Curbside was a big game changer for all of the grocery companies and probably all retail that started using it because, you know, someone will go in the store, they're looking for something specific, they don't see it. Curbside, you actually search, and then they're able to get that data and see everybody that's searching for this one item, and then they're able to deliver on it. So he said it's really a game changer for them. So-
Have you had any updates on the Caterpillar facility?
I have not. I drove by last week. It's getting up there fast.
Yeah.
It's getting up there really fast.
Because I think that's going to be the same thing with
Mhm.
the HEB.
Probably.
They'll be looking to live here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kind of speaking on that, I know, you know, the judge and I are at that quarterly meeting that we just had last week, but do you want to give the court kind of a broad update on the housing? What's coming, since there's quite a bit in the pipe?
Sure. And just so you know, we go out into the community as much as we can. If we get asked to present, we always say yes. Particularly our development director, Stephanie Dolan. She has a slide deck that is really robust and has every single project that's going on, where it's located, and how many units they expect.
Mhm.
That's now on the city's website. When you
Okay.
go into cityofbrenham.org and go to development, it's the first thing. It says 2025 development update. It's there for everyone to see. But there's probably at least 8 to 10 housing projects going on right now. And there's also some others that I can't speak of yet that are in negotiations. So there's a
Yeah.
lot going on. They look different. They're not like what we have here necessarily now. A lot of the multifamily, a lot of the smaller lot size, townhome type, maybe condo type, which I think is super, super needed. And we can make them look great. And so there's a lot. For
I
those
would-
specific.
I would recommend looking at that just so
Yeah.
that y'all can kind of see what's coming down the pipe, because there's quite a bit.
And if you have any, again, questions about anything like that, if I can't answer it, I'll find who can at City Hall.
Okay. Any other
Great.
questions or comments?
No, thank you, Ms.
All right.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Rosales.
Mhm.
Thank you. Item number 5, discuss and possibly act upon the approval of interlocal agreement between Brazos Valley Council of Governments and Washington County for E911 Public Safety Answering Point Services, PSAP. called.
No, we don't need that. Is this a job description? Jeff? Hold on, just a minute. Item number 5.
Is that
What
the
is
one,
it?
is that the one that got amended out? One of
Okay.
them got
It's,
amended,
yeah,
yeah.
that's not supposed to,
All right,
I don't know how they get stated.
okay, I got it. I'll
Okay.
get there. Sorry.
The interlocal agreement is number 5.
Yeah. There we go. This is what we're looking for. All right,
Okay, then.
Commissioners, we've had this in our packet. Look, I will tell you, this is some housekeeping. We fill this interlocal agreement out every year. I thought Ms. Rayleigh would be here today to give you an update on what we're doing. There's also, at the very end of this packet, you will see the inventory list. The inventory list is important to us because those are the items that we have in our dispatch that this interlocal agreement directly speaks to, and how that is handled through the ownership of the call.
Right.
So,
COG
this
does
is
own the
something-
equipment, right?
yeah, so this agreement, like I said, is pretty much a housekeeping issue.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement between Brazos Valley Council of Governments and Washington County for E911 Public Safety Answering Point Services.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, discuss and possibly act upon accepting the candidate for Washington County 4-H Extension Agent position. Ms. Stephanie?
Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Stephanie Rudolph. I'm our Washington County Family Community Health Agent. I was asked to be here on behalf of my District Extension Administrator, Mr. Donnie Montemayor. He apologizes for not being here today. He is actually facilitating our district spring faculty conference in Corpus Christi. So all the agents in our district are all down there in a training, and that's actually, once we're done today, that's where we'll be going as well. But I am here today to introduce the finalist for the Washington County 4-H and Youth Development Agent position. This is Miss Kaylin Capps. We're asking for that she would be able to start with a June 2nd start date with the current county budgeted salary for this. And I'll let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit more about her.
So I am Kaylin Capps. I was raised in Brenham. I'm a graduate of Brenham High School, was a member of Brenham FFA, Washington County 4-H. I was in the Prairie Hill Club, if that matters. So
Yes, it does.
it does. I went to Bluebonnet for a little bit, if some people are supporters of that. But I, for the past 7 years, have served Austin County, and they helped me learn how to be an extension agent, learned what this job entails. They help support me and guide me, but I currently have family being raised in Brenham, and they are members of Washington County 4-H, members of other organizations within Washington County, and I feel that I'm ready now that I've had all the training and raising to come back and serve the community that helped raise me. So I thank y'all for allowing me to be here today, and I hope that y'all approve of me being the Washington County 4-H agent, because it was a very difficult decision for me.
Well, and you will have to hit the ground running because,
Yes.
of course, as explained by Stephanie, there's a lot of things that are coming up in June.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
I know that 4-H gets really busy, and Stephanie is probably she knows a lot about how to
Yes.
handle all that. So you're gonna have a good person here to help you with that stuff.
Absolutely, I agree. And I'm
so-
appreciative of that.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yes.
I will tell you that mostly the way we handle the salary is that we generally let the HR director review your resume, and then we will operate off of that. That recommendation will go to the judge, and the judge will then handle that. That's how we handle all employees. It's nothing different. And I think we need to stay consistent with that.
Yes, sir.
So when I make a motion, we'll allow the judge to sign all those necessary documents, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, we welcome you.
Thank you.
Welcome home, and you forgot the most important thing, you're a fighting Texas
I
Aggie.
am, whoop. That's gonna get me in trouble probably for some people, but yes, I am a fighting Texas
Don't get
Aggie.
much trouble around here.
Yeah, not around here.
trouble in
Yes, and I will also be completing my master's soon, Masters of Ag. I have to submit a publication, and then once I do that, I will be able to graduate with my master's degree as well.
Very soon, it
Well,
looks
I
like.
looked over your resume
Yes.
and I was quite impressed, so.
Thank you
we're
very
glad
much.
to have you.
That,
Very much
that means
so.
a lot. Thank you very much.
Well,
Okay.
it sounds like you grew up in precinct 3, so that's probably the most.
We will not hold that against
Sorry, guys, sorry.
I make a motion to approve an interlocal, I make a motion to approve accepting the candidate for Washington County 4-H Extension Ag position and authorize the county judge to sign the necessary documents after the HR director reviews the resume.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? And we want to include the name, Ms. Kaylin Capps.
Ms. Kangan.
Okay,
I amend the motion.
okay. All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Now, welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Thank y'all very much.
Welcome home.
I appreciate it.
And safe travels. We know y'all need to, if you'd like to leave now, we know you're anxious to get on the road. You're welcome to do that. And we, okay.
we can have a formal introduction.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, that's just fine. Thank you. Okay. All right, item number 7, discuss and possibly act upon approval of accounts payable.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Today, we will be paying $488,721.54. Everything is just normal monthly bills. Of course, the biggest one is the EMS thing, which is a normal monthly bill for us.
Okay,
I make a motion to approve accounts payable.
I'll second.
motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8,
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.